Hello YouTube, thought I'd do a quick video here. This video is going to be about how to adjust your sound levels and a good starting point for your sound levels for the interface board that I designed and built that plugs into the retevis RT97S repeater or the Midland MXR10 repeaters. Those two GMRS 2-array repeaters have a data port on the side, and my interface board plugs into it. This video, I'm going to show you how to adjust your sound and a good starting point. The reason why I say a good starting point, because everybody's system is going to be a little different, and everybody's going to like their volumes a little different levels. Okay? Now, as I said in my other videos, I highly recommend you get a USB sound card. My interface board, there'll be two cables coming off it that need to be plugged into a sound card. I highly recommend getting a USB sound card because I have a brand new laptop and I tried using the built-in sound card in the laptop and the sound quality just wasn't as good as it should be. So I highly recommend you get a USB sound card. They're cheap. You can buy them on eBay. I bought this one for under $3 free shipping. So I highly recommend you get a USB sound card. Now, as I said before, there's two cables that come off my interface board. And they'll be marked. One cable is called microphone in. One cable is called speaker out. Okay? Obviously, I have my USB sound card plugged into an USB extension cable, and the computer's off screen. So, the cable coming off my interface board that's called speaker out, that has to be plugged into the microphone in on the USB sound card. My microphone in cable coming from my interface board has to be plugged into the speaker out of the USB sound card. Okay? Let me say that one more time. The speaker out cable that's coming off my interface board needs to be plugged into the microphone in on the USB sound card. The microphone in cable that's coming off my interface board needs to be plugged into this speaker out of the USB sound card. Also, when you plug in your USB sound card, pay attention to what name it pops up under. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. Okay. Now, my interface board does have fine-tune adjustments for sound. They're right here. One's microphone in, one's speaker out. And truth be told, I didn't even need to touch them. You can do all the sound adjustments on the software side. I'll show you that in a minute. So I have these all the way up. I didn't even touch them. Any volume control that's on the USB sound card, do not touch. Do not worry about none of that. Now, the retevis repeater or the Midland repeater does have a volume control. We're going to start that out. If you press this button quick, it comes up volume and a volume number. We want that to be at 12. Okay? So that's what we got to do. Now, let's go over to the computer side. And remember I said when you plug in your USB sound card, pay attention to what name it pops up under. We need to know that name. Let's start with the date and time software. I recommend to go to sound card, select I choose my sound card. This is where you got to select the name of your USB sound card that you plugged in. In my case, it's called Speaker 7 USB audio device. Yours was going to probably be called something else. Okay? But make sure you select the right one or this will not work. Okay? After you do that, Now, the good news is the date and time has its own volume control right here. That only affects the date and time volume, nothing else. So, if your date and time or your weather or your repeater ID, that's sounding too loud, whether it's over zello or over the 2A radios, you can adjust this accordingly right here. So adjust it to your likings. Okay? Now, let's get my pointer here. After you're done doing that, go to File, Save Configuration, and you're all set for that. That's all you got to do for the date and time. Okay? Let's move that off screen. Now, for zello, we got to do a little more because zello's got a microphone setting. The date and time, that's only speaker out. We don't have to worry about no microphone on that one. Now, I did a video on this, and I'll post that video link in the description below. I came up with a shortcut you can download so you don't have to do all these steps. But if you want to know all these steps, I'm going to show you how to do the steps. We need to get to your sound manager. So if you don't have the shortcut downloaded, you got to go down to your toolbar or your search down here. You got to hit Sound Settings. We're going to click on that. Okay. Now we're going to go to Sound Control Panel over here. Okay. We're going to click on that. And this window here should pop up. Okay? Or, if you have the shortcut, like I have, I can just double click on the shortcut and it will pop up that window without doing all those steps. But we got to go to here, and there's tabs up here. Playback, recording, sound, communications. We got to hit recording, and we got to select our USB sound card. Again, mine's coming up as microphone 7 USB audio device. We got to select that. We got to hit properties. We're going to go to custom. There's more tabs up here. General, listen, custom, levels, advanced. We got to go to custom. Make sure you uncheck AGC, automatic gain control. When I had that checked, my volume level just seemed to be too loud no matter what. Uncheck that, hit apply, hit OK. Okay? Now we're going to go to zello. As you can see, I have zello in gateway mode. I'll post that video on how to get your zello into gateway mode in the description below. But you got to have it in gateway mode. We're going to go to Tools. We're going to go to Options. We're going to go to Audio. And again, we need to select the name of our USB sound card. Like I said before, mine's coming up as number 7. So I got to select here, playback device, number 7. Microphone, I got to select number 7. That's the name of my USB sound card that I plugged in. Have the volume level at 50 for the playback device. Have the microphone set to 34, 36. Do not check, or if it's checked, uncheck microphone boost. Have your playback amplifier to 0, record amplifier to 0, and do not check any of these boxes. Make sure you hit apply, then OK. That should be a good sound level to start with. Like I said, you're going to have to adjust it accordingly to what you like. Okay? I also want to point out something here. When you go to the sound manager here and you select properties, and I showed you when you go to custom, you uncheck the AGC box. There's also a level. That level is the same. If you go to Gateway, or if you go to zello and you go to Options, that level here for microphone is the same. See? So don't worry about trying to adjust it in two different spots. You just adjust it in Zello. Okay? The only thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have this AGC unchecked. Hit apply, hit OK, and that's all we got to do there. We hit OK. And then here we do the volume adjustments. So, if you're talking on your mobile radio or a handheld and people are saying on Zello you sound too loud, then you would adjust the microphone. You would lower the microphone. Okay? Or if people are saying you're not loud enough, then you would adjust the microphone higher. Okay? Now, if people are talking on Zello and it's coming across your two-way radio, whether it's a mobile or a handheld, and it's too loud, then you come to here and the playback device, you adjust this, you lower this. Okay? You lower this to whatever. Or if it's not loud enough, you go higher. Okay? So that's what you do there. That's how you adjust it. Now, I'm going to repeat that one more time. If you're talking on a two-way radio, whether it's a mobile or a handheld, and people on Zello say you sound too loud or too distorted, usually because your volume's too loud is why you sound distorted, then you got to go to the Zello and you got to adjust the microphone to lower. Do maybe go maybe like five notches lower and see how you sound. If people say you're not loud enough, then you go up 5 notches. Try it in increments. Okay? Now, if people talking on Zello and it's coming across your two-way radio too loud, or it's just too loud, then you adjust your speaker out, you lower it. If it's not loud enough, then you adjust it higher. Okay? When you're done adjusting, always hit apply and OK. So these numbers should get you in a ballpark. Again, everyone's system is going to be a little different. You could have the exact same computer as me. You could have the exact same sound card, and it's going to be might be a little different in loudness. And everybody prefers their volumes at different levels. I'm old. I have mine loud because I can't hear. But someone else may say it's too loud. But you'll just have to adjust it accordingly. That's how you do that. So that's how you get your sound levels adjusted. Any questions or comments, post them down below. Please subscribe. Thank you and have a good day.